We made an effort several years ago under my predecessor to really ratchet up our research enterprise, and we're continuing that effort today. Because in the public sector, you have three types of public universities. You have the community colleges, which are largely 100% teaching focused. You have the state universities, which are heavily teaching focused with research as an underpinning to that. And you have the research campuses like UMass that are research focused with teaching as part of that research agenda. And we try to, as we differentiate each other, focus on the things that, of course, are the main characteristics that define us. And in our case, that's research. And in the family of land-grant institutions, we want to be one of the best in the country. So over the last 8 years, we've actually doubled our research output. We will hit $600 million this year in R&D expenditures with federal funding. That puts us up in the top 3 in Massachusetts and in the top 6 in New England. And in many ways, we lead the pack in a variety of ways on the research enterprise. In terms of royalty and licensing income that comes from the research, we generate $54 million this year in royalty and licensing income. Contrast that to the system I just left, the University of Maryland system, which is a much larger system, which is a much older medical school and a much older, well, a similarly aged flagship campus. They're generating about $2 million a year in royalty income. So we've made this an emphasis area for UMass, and it's worked out very, 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 very well for us. In the area of royalty and licensing income, we're number 2 in Massachusetts, second only to MIT. So everyone else you can think of in Massachusetts is behind us in that. Not that we're competitive. We're number 1 in Massachusetts in life science patents, which we're very, very proud of. And we continue this thrust in the research endeavor to continue to move those numbers up. As a matter of fact, this year is going to be a year of new records in terms of invention disclosures, new patents, and startup companies. We've spun off 3 startup companies this year, startup companies that are involved in areas like big data, using technology and medical devices, and a variety of other venues. And we've created a number of companies over the years that continue to thrive here in the Commonwealth. 2 of the areas I'd like to just spend a little bit of time on that we're putting a lot more energy into, and we're not forgetting any of the things I just said, but 2 of the areas the state is interested in and the entire U.S. is interested in are the areas of applied manufacturing, precision manufacturing, and the bio and life sciences. There are others like clean energy, but I'm going to focus on the first 2 for the moment. These are high priority areas for the Commonwealth as part of the innovation economy that the governor and the legislature are trying to continue to expand on here across the Commonwealth. And we have expertise on our campuses, as you would guess, in both of those areas. And we have been trying to harness that energy and focus it in ways that work well for the Commonwealth and for the campuses themselves. Building off of the nano-manufacturing centers that I mentioned, and I should mention there are only 4 of these federal centers for nano-manufacturing excellence in the country. Only 4 in the whole country, and 2 are at the University of Massachusetts. So this is something we're working with international partners through these centers on techniques in not only nanoscience itself, but in nano-manufacturing, and how you take products in the nano world, which even as a scientist I have a trouble describing because you can't see them, but in the nano world, and put them into production in a manufacturing sense. For example, when I was in Israel with the governor last year, there's an institution there that we have a relationship at Lowell Shenkar University that has a product that is totally hydrophobic. Water will not adhere to it. If you could get that into a manufactured product, for example, on a raincoat, water would just bead off that raincoat. If you put it on an airplane, you would never have to de-ice that airplane because there would be no moisture on the airplane. So how you take a product that has certain physical and mechanical properties and put it into a production scale is something that these nano-manufacturing institutes work on and try to do with both themselves for pure research, but also an applied research vein with the local businesses and even international businesses. So we're working hard building off of those nano centers and off of key faculty. We have faculty that have expertise in the hard sciences, a very strong expertise in the physical sciences, very strong engineering programs, particularly at Amherst and Lowell, very strong research in the bio and life sciences, particularly at Worcester as the key there with the medical school. And we're building off all of that strength to look at the bio and life science arena and the advanced manufacturing arena. And again, with this organization's support, We applied for a very large federal grant last year in concert with 3 other states, well, at least 2 other states, Connecticut and Pennsylvania, trying to get one of what will be eventually 15 institutes across the country that are aimed at the entire area of advanced manufacturing and precision manufacturing. Now, in the first round, we were not successful. There was only 1 institute funded. There'll still be 14 more, so we'll go after them again and we'll ask for your help again. The first one was funded in Ohio. A lot of us didn't find that surprising. We were, I guess, assumed to already be in line, but we will, again, with your help, continue to move in areas like that. We do feel that the state's agenda, with a heavy focus on nanomanufacturing, our agenda, which has embraced advanced manufacturing as a key component of our future research efforts, and the national need, that we can pull those together along with very strong state partners to get one of those institutes here in Massachusetts.